Nice straight spine and a nice soft front. And let the breath settle down. And maybe some of you are practicing outside. I hope so. If you've got that facility, you can always take your phone and your iPad, your laptop outside. One of my favourite practices at Yoga House, Glandur in Tresaith, was on the decking outside. So allowing the spine to rise up, crown of the head reaching upwards towards the heaven, towards the cosmos, towards the universe. Whilst your lower body, maybe from the navel down, feels really grounded. Doesn't feel like it's heavy so much, but it feels grounded and secure and robust, stable. The word is stability. Yoga encourages stability of mind, body, and of the spirit, so a stable, disciplined approach to life. Opening the beautiful heart center, the beautiful areas of our compassion and our kindness, our tolerance, our gratitude, our love, and building resilience in the mind and body so that we can enjoy all of these attributes of being human without getting bogged down, without feeling dense in the body, without carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders or in our hearts. It is a practice, a philosophy, a science, an art that helps us lead a more skillful life. A life that helps us avoid the suffering yet to come. The suffering that we've had that's in the past. No need to hang on to it and revisit it and recalculate it and, re-examine it and relive it. Let it go. Stepping into this present moment, the moment of your pure awareness of this moment, the noticing of what's happening now, letting go of the busy mind of what your egoic, conceptual mind wants to trick you and hook you into believing. We're thinking of the iceberg. I was talking about the iceberg in meditation this morning. That's our everyday egoic mind, our conceptual mind, the narrative that runs like a never-ending showreel of nonsense a lot of the time. Is just the tip of the iceberg. And our pure awareness, our pure consciousness, our paying attention in the moment is so expansive. You can drop into it. That is underneath, that's the iceberg that's underneath the surface level of the sea. Growing and expanding. You don't always see it, you only see the tip. So allowing your yoga practice, whether it's hatha yoga, whether it's meditation, whether it's the power of the breath, whether it's yoga nidra, yogic sleep, or chanting a mantra, allow it to help you to step into the moment. Drop into that space that is now. Because for the most part, when we're in that space, everything is well. We just cluttered it up with projections and regrets. So bring your hands to your heart center. Knowing that, as Dr. Ananda said very movingly today in one of his satsanga practices, that when you breathe in the universe, you breathe in the ocean, and you are the drop. And when you breathe out that drop that is then going to join the ocean. Or you can think of it as you are the tiny star that is going to join the universe when you breathe out. When you breathe in, you take the prana, the life force, the cosmic energy, the universal connection of us all in. And when you breathe out, you allow yourself to join the universe. A simple practice which encourages the present moment, pay attention, the opportunity for expansiveness and peace. This is what people call God. You might call it God, you might call it the divine, you might call it your higher power, you might call it nature, you might call it the universe and the cosmos, infinite space. That place where we don't need explanations or proof. We know it exists in us since birth. Spaciousness of pure consciousness. This is what yoga brings you closer to, gives you an opportunity. And you can breathe in and open your eyes and open up to the cosmos and the universe. Prana mudra, life force, stretch up, gather it in and bring it back inside, honoring what there is on offer to you, taking advantage of it, not just staying small. Don't play small in the world. The universe is big enough to take you. Breathing in, stretch up, trust yourself, have faith. Bring the hands together, all the way down through the crown chakra, third eye chakra, right through to the throat, right through to the heart. One more time, let's breathe in together, joined in practice, whether we are live together as we are here tonight, or whether we're just one of the group and we practice when we like. We are connected in our practice, which is a really beautiful thing, in a place where connection is being eroded all the way down. All the way down. And just let your hands, just hand free, let the shoulders drop down. Now I've noticed that there's been an energy of exhaustion. It's strange, teaching online, I was worried initially about not being able to understand the energy which would be in my room. So for instance, if I went into a practice and I had a plan and then I looked around and I saw the faces and the bodies and the body language, then I would definitely change the plan. However, when there's an authentic practice and a teacher who wants to give the practices to the students in a generous way, in a way that is mindful of their needs, and the students are there to receive and they keep coming back, even though there are lots of the more sexy yogis you can go to, you can look at. There is an exchange of energy, which is one of respect and learning and honor, which is wonderful. So I thank you for sharing your practice with me. We're just going to come to a kneeling position. And if you feel, if your legs are a bit stiff, just bounce them out. We're taking it very slow tonight. The reason I mentioned exhaustion is I've noticed this in people. I've noticed it in my family speaking to them. Just this sense of, maybe malaise, fed up. Not that that's unique, I think it's everywhere. But it seems to be a lot this week. And I think the news and the subhuman events we're looking at on the news are part and parcel of that. So we're going to take a restorative approach to our work tonight, but I just want to wake up the energy a little bit before we start. So on your knees, pressing the backs of the feet into the mat, into the floor. We're just going to breathe in, stretch up through the side body, stretch up through the fingers, all the way up, and breathe out. You're just going to come back down. That's all you're doing. Breathing in. We're going to do about 6 times. Slowly, like you're wading through water. Breathing in and breathing out. Making sure the butt comes onto the heels if you can, or you have a cushion. Breathing in. Stretch up. Breathing out. And try and make your practice a really mindful practice with the breath. So the breath is not secondary, it's primary. So you're breathing in. Really stretch up. We're not going to hold muscles or anything like that or be weight bearing tonight. This is about nourishing our hearts and souls, our bodies and minds in a kind way. So if you needed a sweat tonight, I'm afraid you're not getting it from me. And out. It's been a hot day. So hopefully you appreciate a nice, slow, calm practice. Sitting up with a really nice straight back, a lovely open chest, nice heavy arms, let the shoulders drop down. This time again, you're pressing your knees into the floor. You're going to breathe in and just gently open out. And look up. If you've got the sky above you, lucky you. Let the belly rise up. I've got a smocky thing on, but if you've got the belly rising up, don't worry about it. Don't try and hold it back today. Press the hips forward, press the thighs. Maybe a gentle squeeze to keep you steady. Breathing out, you're coming down. And you're bringing the hands back and you're bringing the head towards the floor. It might not come if you're a bit stiff. Don't worry. Breathing in, up you come. Open it out, press the hips forward. Drop the head back if it's safe for you. Or you can keep the chin in. Breathing out. All the way forward. And you stick your bottom back. And you're just bringing your head down. Breathing in. Open up. Press the hips as though you're about to fly. So you can be quite expressive here. We're kind of taking some somatic movement here. Let the body express itself as opposed to you giving it an instruction to be too linear, too static. All the way back down. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in. Open up like you're a bird about to take flight. Breathing out. So remember the breath is in and out. I'm talking, so I'm breathing differently to you. Last time in. Open up. And last time out. And slowly back with the bottom. And maybe you can hold the heels if you like to. You don't have to. Come all the way down. Make yourself small as you can. I'm just going to take off my shoes. Not my shoes, my socks. I had a walk, so I've got my socks on. Okay, we're just going to open up the side body a bit before we start doing some really nice yin type postures, but they're going to be more restorative. That's why I want you supported. So breathing in here, up you come. Now, drop the arms out. Just drop them out so that at about shoulder height. Turn the palms up and up you come again. Now this time you're going to breathe out and twist to the right just to open and stretch and lengthen. I have my hips facing forward. I know my little smock top you can't see much. And maybe I'm going to just twist my back, my spine a little bit so I can look backwards. Palms come up. Bring them up and stretch. And bring them out. Stretch from one end to the other. Really nice stretch, breathing in. We're just doing it about 3 times to open up the body, get the energy system working. Stretch it out. So my arms are not higher, look, they're not up here. They're stretching out, feeling as though you've got fingers that are really going opposite directions. Palms come up you come. Open out. Last time like this, keep the knees pressing down, palms come up. And you can smile at me if you like to. I always like that. Breathing in and the other way. And come up. Good, and drop the arms. They might be a bit tired now. We're just going to use the arms in a minute to open up the shoulders. Just shake it off. Don't hold any tension. Shake the head if you need to. Good. So this time, I want you to just move the hands up and down and just think, not up and down, we're sort of, yes, they are up and down the hands, but just sort of rotating. It's a bit like a corkscrew movement. And see if you can go right around, and this is just for your shoulders. I know it's quite strong on the arms, so just this. So think about the shoulders as you're doing it. Don't think about the hands so much, but the hands are the lever. Only a couple more. Keep breathing. And shake it off. Good. You're going to come onto your knees with your hand on your right side. Keep your knees about hip width apart. Hips are facing forward. You can squeeze the thighs a little bit, but not too much. I just want you to breathe in with the left arm. And really lengthen through the left arm and come over to the right side and keep the knee down. Don't lift one knee up, keep it down. Keep the hips forward, squeeze the thighs a little. Breathe in here and come back. Left hand to left hip, right arm comes up. Nice and strong, breathe in here. Breathe out, and without sort of trying to tilt off the knee, just see if you can stretch. Few breaths. You can look up if that takes your fancy. You can look down or you can look ahead. Breathing in here and stretch up. Few shoulder shrugs. So you can do it a bit like a train. This way and forward, and enjoy that feeling of release. Now we're going to bring the hand down. If you have a block or a cushion nearby, it might be handy. So I'm going to bring my block to my right side. And again, we're gently stretching. I don't want you to get sort of, too worked up. It's not going to be too hard, this practice. I want you to open up those so you can release in the holding postures. Please bring your right hand to the block or a cushion. Maybe it can come to the floor, maybe it has to come lower down onto the calf. But the hips and the chest are open, so you're not twisting this way, they're open. I'm just going to put my hand on the block for now. So try not to collapse the right side. I mean, it's a bit of a compression there, but see if you can keep some length. Up with the left arm and across. So I'm not just going up now, I'm just seeing if I can come across. So I'm quite close to my ear with my arm, and it's not curled. It might be ramrod straight, but I want it to come across, not up diagonally. So it's a big stretch. You'll feel it from the knee to the hip, up the side ribs. Lovely stretch. Breathe in, come up. Hope you haven't eaten before you practice. That's not a good idea. I'm going to bring my block to the other side. Left hand on hip first of all. Maybe I reach up. Now I'm going to bring my left hand down, and I'm going to see if I can really bring it across. So I don't want to. Sometimes I can twist a bit. Try and keep open. Stretch. Really stretch. Breathe in here and come up and shake your hands out. Hope your knees are not sore. You could be on a nice pad if you like to. Breathing in, I want you to bring your hands facing out with the palms. Bring them up to your shoulders and really push. So you're opening up the space between the shoulder blades a little bit round, and you can bring the belly back a bit so you sort of have this kind of thing going on, a little bit of the leaning back. Yeah, as long as your thighs are nice and strong and you're nice and firm into the floor. Breathing in here, open it up. Really see if you can get the arms as far back as you can and as long as you can, so they might are going a little bit beyond my ears. Stretch here, stretch up, much as you can. This time breathe in And come to the right, not too far, you don't want to topple over. Breathing, come up and to the left. Watch you don't get a stitch. Keep pressing the feet, knees into the floor. Breathing in. Bring the hands, I want to bring the back of the hands. I think we did this last week, which is quite nice. The shoulders, back of the hands. Open up those shoulders. Open them up. Right up. Open them wide, feel it in the chest, press up and ping it open and shake it off. So you might have built a little bit of heat. This time we're going to involve the feet and the legs, just to stretch on the side one more time. I'm bringing my block to the right, it could be a cushion. Anything that gives you a bit of height from the floor. I'm keeping my right knee down, I'm moving my left leg out and I'm pointing my left toes towards the long end of the mat, and I'm quite firm, you can see, on my knee. Okay, so you might feel it a little bit in the hip, so put the foot where you're comfortable, but it should be in line with the hip, not too forward of the hip or back. I'm going to bring my hand down again to my block. I'm going to breathe in here and almost go through my roof, okay? Before, this is like a side angle pose, but in an easier way, because we're kneeling. So my arm comes right over. If your arm is tight, the shoulder girdle's tight and you're here, yeah, and you think, oh God, I'm looking down, that doesn't feel nice. Bring the hand to the hip to open up the chest. This is much nicer for you. And then just bring the arm up straight. It's only when you feel you can keep the chest open and really stretch from the left toe all the way to the left finger. Keeping the chest open, you can look up if you can keep your balance, or you can look down. Keep breathing really long now, really long with the side. Breathe in, steady yourself, and come up. Bring your knee back safely, being careful, not too much wobbling, and bring it to the other side. So your side body should be starting to feel quite good. I'm on my left knee now, and my right knee's coming, my right leg's coming out, and my foot is coming forward. So the foot is pointing to the long edge, and now I feel that a little bit in my hip, yeah, but not too much. It's okay. I'm up quite tall. Nice open chest, nice long back. Doesn't matter how big, small, broad, thin you are, you can still have a lovely straight back. Lovely, beautiful posture. Left hand to the brick. So now I'm stretching my inner thigh. I need to squeeze the thighs a bit to give me stability. I'm breathing in so that I have the arm up. Then, if it's suitable for me, without collapsing my left side, I'm bringing my right side over. Now, if you have an injury and you can't stand or you haven't got much balance, this can be a really nice way to practice, yeah? Stretching from the right fingertips right down to the right toes, keep breathing. Maybe you're looking up, keep that chest open, keep it open. Look up to the fingers, keep squeezing. One more breath here. Breathe in to come up, make sure you are stable. Then you come up, then you bring the knee in. Okay guys, you can sit back. So, I'm going to assume, because I can't have a conversation with you, that you either have a bolster or some cushions or a pillow that you can use for the practice, okay? I'm also going to assume you have something like a block or a book, because we're going to do some nice lunges, and I want you to use the blocks to help you to extend the lunge a little bit more with a bit of support. So either blocks, cushions, books, you know the drill, whatever you can find to make you feel nice. You can also have something under your knees, which is like always my go-to. I always have something I can use for my knees, because my knees are a bit tender these days. Okay, so we're going to kneel up. If we haven't got blocks, we use cushions, something to give us a bit of height and support. That's all it is. So, I'm going to bring my left foot forward, okay? So bringing my left foot forward, be in between the blocks. And they're in line with the blocks, but my left foot is also, I'll move this, in line with my left knee and my left hip. So we're just going to start off quite high. So you can breathe in and come up to your knee. And just get your bearings. And there's a tiny engagement, a hugging of the thighs, but it doesn't need to be excessive for this. I want you to breathe in here and be tall here. Don't come forward with the torso. And as you breathe out slowly, I want you to see if you can sink the right foot. Now, this is not far enough of a stance for me, so I'm going to move my left foot a bit further forward so I can have a bit more of a stretch on my right hip flexor. So breathing in here and breathing out, I'm coming down with the right. Okay, so my left knee is more or less over my left foot. It can go beyond the ankle, but not yet, we're just starting. And I'm going to just put my hands now on my bricks and look forward. And my fingertips are there. I'm just looking forward. I'm stretching out the right hip flexor, the right thighs come into the floor. Don't worry if the front knee flexes so much it comes forward. We've talked about this before. It's fine when your right foot is on the floor, your right leg's on the floor. Now from here, see if you can tuck the back toes. See if you can lift the knee up, pressing into your blocks or cushions, and see if you can take the foot a little bit further back. Yes, then you come down onto the top part of the knee and you might increase your stretch. Okay? Just an ordinary, easy stretch, but we're holding it for a while. So every time you breathe in here, fill up your lungs. You can have a nice straight back. And every time you breathe out, I want you to gently draw the belly in and do nothing else. Just gently draw the belly in, not in an aggressive way. Breathe in here. Breathe out and gently draw the belly in, and just notice how you sink further. Only go to your, limit. Last breath here, breathing in. Breathing out, just pull your belly back and you see how much space you can create. Please tuck your back toe. And all you're doing with your hands on the blocks or the cushions, because I want to make it accessible and a little bit easier, a bit more yummy tonight. Please draw, the left heel is on the floor, you're drawing your left toes up. Your right toes are tucked. And see if you can sit back. Now you might not be able to sit back, you might need to stay upwards. If you can sit back, that's fine, sit back. So you have one leg forward and one foot going back. Now what can help this is another block under the bum. Yeah? So if I'm like this is more accessible for me. I put a block under the bum. But if it's like hell, you stay up. Okay? Okay, so if you're down, you're just stretching. If you're up, you are still just stretching. If you have your leg up in the air like this one, and you're high, I want you to bring your hands inside the foot and bring the knee back. If you're sitting on your heel and you've managed to keep your leg out straight in front, yes, you lift yourself up, place the foot on the floor, and you bring the foot back. And just sit back on your heels or on your block, on your cushion, however you like to sit. I know a lot of you have tight quads, but I'm sure they're getting better, because some of you who had that in my class in West Wales, you're practicing a lot with me now, and hopefully that's starting to get a bit better for you. Okay, so we're bringing the right foot forward, in between the blocks, or the cushions, whatever you've got helping you out. Now just tuck this in a bit, so you can see. And we're quite high. My knee is over my ankle, my back leg is going back, and I'm looking forward. And I'm not sort of sinking down too much in my back, because I have something on the floor helping me to maintain length in the spine. Okay, we're just going to be here for a few moments just to let things settle. Nice stretch for the right hip as well as the left hip flexor. Now I'm going to tuck my back toe. I'm going to breathe in and lift my knee. And I'm just going to wiggle the foot back a bit, only back as much as you want to, and bring the knee back down so it's not directly onto the kneecap. We're just going to stay here for a few moments, breathing in, look forward, soften your shoulders, try not to hunch, keep the length in the back. The blocks are helping you, or the cushions are helping you have length. Breathe in here, breathe out, and I don't want you to sink lower, particularly physically. I want you to bring the belly back and see what happens. Breathing in, look forward. Breathing out, a slight contraction of your belly, please. And just notice what the effect is. Just noticing will help you with your practice. Last breath in. And last breath out, contracting the belly slightly. Okay, lovely stretch. Don't try and bring tension into the body, don't hold on for dear life. Maybe your fists go down onto the cushions or the blocks, whatever. I want you to tuck the back toe slowly. Tuck the back toe. You're drawing your pelvis back towards the back heel, and your front foot is coming up from the floor. Maybe the heel can go further forward. Maybe you want to do half splits, yeah? Maybe you don't. So the foot is coming off the floor while my heel is down. Now you can even pretend you can take the foot off the floor. I mean, I can't in this position. But if you get a sense in your brain that you're lifting the foot up, notice what it does to the hip. Feel as though you're lifting the foot up. Feel as though you're lifting it up. And this may be where you are, and this may be where you stay. Some of you might want to come all the way back to half splits. Make sure you're careful with your left knee. Just nice stretch. If you're up, you just stretch further down by putting your hands further up the leg. So, if you're up, creep the foot forward. Don't be afraid. You've got control over your body. Breathe in here and breathe out. Let the head come down slightly. Place the right foot on the floor, and if you're sitting back, do the same. Come up, place the right foot on the floor, and bring it back. We're going to take a really nice wide frog pose, but I would like you, if you have a bolster, which I'm lucky to have here. I know a few of you have bought them, you've told me. Or you might want just a pillow, a long pillow or some cushions, because we're taking a nice easy, but going to be here a little while. So open the knees for Manduka Asana, frog pose. The bolster, the pillows and cushions are in front of you, and you're literally just going to slide down and maybe place the cheek on one side. Now if you've got no props at all, your body's going to be on the floor, maybe it can be on a block or a cushion. And just allow the body, don't worry about getting the bum to the heels particularly or doing anything particular, just let the body find its rhythm. So a really nice supported frog pose. Just let the spine lengthen. Please allow yourself to let go in tonight's particular practice. Please don't take an attitude of we're not doing much, okay? We're doing a lot, but we're doing it really slowly and gently. And we're allowing our nervous system to be nourished, not just the body. So there's an introspection and introception, calming the nervous system. Let the inner thighs stretch. Let them soften. And just enjoy. Hopefully you have something to support you, which can be really enjoyable. If you're on the right cheek, please turn over to the other side and enjoy that side too. Take a few more breaths, just allowing yourself to sort of soften, lengthen, drop down. No rush. It's a restorative, nourishing practice, so enjoy it. With the next inhalation, please place both hands on the floor and lift your head if it's on a cushion or a bolster. And I would say just bring the elbows and the forearms down for a moment, please. As I say, it could be cushions, could be blocks, whatever. And just having the elbows there for a moment. And then bringing the hands there. You're just stretching the hands out in front of you. Shoulders are soft. Just opening up. We're going to do a similar thing with the legs wide. So I'm going to turn around to face the camera. So again, you'll need cushions, bolster, pillow, or nothing. Don't have to have it, it just adds a little dimension of comfort and ease and care. Open your legs up wide without being too wide. Comfortably wide, and make sure that the padding you have on your sit bones is pushed behind you. So you're on your sit bones. And we're not going to particularly hold the legs in any, if you like, tense form. We're not making them too active, okay? There might be a little bit of an internal rotation in the thighs to keep you stable, so everything's not flopping out. A little bit of an internal rotation in the thighs. A little bit of engagement on the heels, but not like, you know, if we were practicing a yang hatha yoga, yeah? So you're just going to see where you can come, just hanging the head forward. You might even have a block on top of a bolster, or you might have 2 pillows. I'm just going to hang out here a minute. Just allow the body to be heavy, coming forward. You're not particularly reaching for it. You're allowing it to happen with time. And the breath. And you know how my breath sequence goes. It's usually breathing in and filling up. And it's usually breathing out and softening down. So just using your breath for a few minutes. So it's the breath that brings you forward, not effort. Now you might get to the point where the breath is bringing you down so low, you want to move the cushions and bolsters, but you might not. That might not be what you want. You might want to just stay there and hang out there a bit. I'm going to take 2 minutes, just using my breath, breathing into my tummy and breathing out and bringing my tummy back, but I'm not doing it aggressively. Trust your body to melt if you give it time. Let the feet go, don't hold tension. Maybe the hands can creep a bit further. Soften between the legs. Soften those inner thighs. Hang out on the cushions, bolster, pillows, whatever, if you like to. Just 30 more seconds of letting go of all of the tension in the groins, the inner legs. Getting there slowly and surely with the power of the breath, not with the power of the mind and the willpower. Breathe in, look up. Stretch up. And open out. Just gently, really gently, bring the knees, the heels together. Bring the heels together and bring the knees up if you like, and you can maybe just kick out. And we're going to open the middle back. So again, you may have to use a cushion. I'm going to use a block. Now a block, this one is, I don't know what it is. It's one of those foam type ones. It's not one of those bricks, so it's not painful. But you can use a cushion folded in half, because we're putting the block just at the base of the shoulder blades. We're just going to open that thoracic spine up a little bit, because we've done a forward bend. Let's try and hang out and do it the other way. So you need to find a cushion and roll it up, or you could even use another mat and roll it up. That can be handy. Or use a block. So these little things that I ask you for, if you've got a corner in your house, I know it can be difficult depending on your living space, but if you've got a little corner where your practice space is just what's there, nothing else, then all these little things can be to hand. Okay, so I'm coming onto my back. And I'm just going to be careful of where I put the block or the cushion. Cushion is a bit more comfortable, I guess. My bolster is too big for my back at the moment. If I was in the position for a long time, maybe I could get up to that size. But we're not going to have that much time for tonight. So my block is at the base, my cushion, if you like to, is at the base of my shoulder blades. So my head is hanging down. Now this doesn't always suit everyone, but this is how we're going to open the chest. If you don't like that, you need a cushion under your head as well. Okay, I'm fine with it at the moment. So it's a sort of propped up fish pose. Okay, and it can really open that part of the spine. It can be challenging for some people, but trust yourself. It's not as though you're hanging that far down. It's not a huge back bend. Allow the chest to open. Close your eyes. Take a cushion under your head if you feel it's too far to the earth. Soften the shoulders to the floor. The palms are facing upwards. We're going to be here about a minute or two, because by the time you get yourself sorted out, the time goes on. A spare mat rolled up tightly can be a really good prop. So have a spare mat nearby if you can. Allow yourself to soften. Allow the back to open. This part of the back is greatly challenged in our generation, in our society, because we are all developing, young and old, not just the young. Young and old are developing this kind of buffalo hump on the back from looking at our phones or our iPads or whatever. So the thoracic spine is becoming like a buffalo hump. So opening it can be challenging, but it can be also really good for you to keep doing this now and again, to remind the spine not to round in, and to open the chest and open the heart. So I'm going to be quiet for a few seconds while you let yourself open. Relax. Try not to hold tension in the neck. Soften. Just a few more seconds of letting that thoracic spine open, letting the chest open. It's the place behind your heart. Just spreading that place, opening it up. Fine to have a cushion under the head. So prepare the mind to come up, and it might feel like it's a far way away. It's not too far as it happens, but it might feel like it. So breathing in here. Look forward towards your toes before you get up, so you might want to let the blood settle a bit. Don't get up with a swing in case you conk out. And breathe in, press into the elbows and bring yourself up. Bring yourself up. And maybe do some shoulder rolls, and you might feel that there's a little bit of space there that wasn't there before. I used to feel very challenged with a Matsyasana fish pose, but I'm a bit better now because I had a very, very tight thoracic spine from working in media, from typing all the time and leaning over, and I think that's just an epidemic now for people. So we're coming to be flat on the floor now. We're coming to be flat on the floor. Take a sip of water. Doing a quiet practice, a more accessible practice doesn't mean you're not working. I'm feeling quite hot. And just bring the knees into the chest and just give your back, especially where you've been opening the back and spreading it a bit there, give it a nice little rock back and forth. And now we're going to hold a pose which is going to challenge the core a little bit. It shouldn't be too much, but it's going to let the blood run down from the legs. But we're not using a block. I want to challenge the core a little bit. So please come with your knees coming into your chest. And then breathing in, straighten the legs up. Now it's very, very important, so I need my glasses to see. It's important that the legs are just at 90 degrees and that the toes are pointed. Not pointed actively like ballet, not like this, okay? But not drawn back, just hanging there. Now if you're at 90 degrees, your back will be flat, but and soften the upper body, please. Let the shoulders drop down, open up the arms so the palms are up. This is a Karani asana. Now, legs in the air is usually really nice and restorative, and this is too, but it's going to challenge the core. So let the feet be relaxed. Don't flex them or point them, but make sure they're long. Now, where do you feel it? Keep the back into the floor. Now bend the knees. It's in the core. And rotate the knees. It's a gentle posture which looks like nothing's happening, but there's a lot happening. And around, again the other side. We're going to do 3 rounds of that, and we're just holding for a short time. It's not very long, okay? So bring the knees in, bring them in, and let the legs come up. So it must be 90 degrees. If they're coming towards you too much, the butt's off the floor, that's no good. If it's too far away, that's going to torque your lower back. It has to be 90 degrees. Feet have to be relaxed, head is relaxed, neck is long. My shoulders are really into the floor, my palms are up. I'm using the muscles in my thighs, I can feel it. I'm using the muscles in my core. Now we've been doing a lot of core work the last few weeks in the stronger class, and I'm telling you, this is just as strong as what we've been doing. If you're here for a while, if you're here for 2 seconds, you're thinking, I'm not doing anything, but you're here for 30 seconds, without even moving, my core is working to hold my legs up. Okay, draw the knees in, rock from side to side. And rotate the knees. Maybe you want to hold the knees, maybe you don't. If you don't hold them, it's a bit more work for the core. And rotate them again. Good. Now hold them in. Really hold them in, squeeze them in so it releases the belly releases the tension, but it really spreads the back. It's so yummy for the back. Your upper back is open a bit more now. Last time like that then, okay? About 30 seconds. Breathing in, lift them up. They're at 90 degrees. Soften the feet, don't tense them. Don't even tense your thighs. Don't. Let the natural musculature work. Let the muscles wrap around the bones so they work. Let the belly work of its own accord. I'm not doing anything. My belly is working. My shoulders are soft. Press the lower back into the floor. Don't use the back. Oh, now it's kicking in. Just do 20 more seconds. Soften the feet. Soften them, lengthen the legs. Enjoy the feeling of your own belly strong without your brain telling it. It's holding up your legs. I'd rather do this all day than do crunches. Hate crunches. Draw them in, my friends. Oh, that feels good to release. So, you're going to hold on to the knees with the arms long. Feet are flopping. Breathe in here. Breathe out and squeeze her in to release everything. Breathing in. And breathe out. Last time in. And last time out. That's so yummy. We're going to do something for the lower back. Okay, bear with me. So, again, it depends on where, if you've got a cushion, if you've got a block. I don't want to keep repeating, it's dreadfully dull, but try and get your kit together. We're going to put the block, or whatever we got, cushion, whatever, just not in the mid back, it's just sort of under the sacrum there. Yeah, just under the sacrum, and with our knees bent, that feels okay. If it's a cushion or whatever it is, it's a little bit higher. We're stretching, we're going to stretch out the hip flexors now. So if that feels okay, that might be where you are. If you have a block and you have different heights on it, you might want it to go a bit higher. Put mine on its side now. And it's on my sacrum, so my sacrum's, that 5 vertebrae that are fused together at the base of the spine. They're like in a triangle shape, so because they're fused, it's pretty flat and robust. So I've put it onto a higher thing with me. You can make it higher by twisting up your towel or your cushion. And that might be too high for you, so you can go back down. But then I'm bringing my feet out. Now with blocks, you've got to be careful, they can wobble. So if I were you, I would hold the block while you bring your feet out. And then when your feet are out and you feel happy, maybe happy is not the right word, maybe just about comfortable is the right word. You bring your legs out, again your chest is open, yeah? You're opening up here, the hip flexors, and you're giving your lower back a nice stretch. You're opening the heart, arms come out, you can close your eyes. Some people might want to put it on a higher block, higher height again, that's up to you, I'm not. This is fine for me. Closing your eyes, let the body stretch. Just do 30 more seconds. If it's too high up, please make a conscious decision to do what suits your body. You just want it elevated a little to get the stretch on the front of the pelvis here. And then slowly and carefully, if you're on a block, hold it so it doesn't pop out and you collapse with a thump, and bring the feet in. The knees are bent. Then you lift up the spine and you take the block out and you place the lower back on the floor, pointing the tailbone towards the heels, and just notice. Oh my God, that feels lovely. Stretch out the legs. Lower back in complete contact with the floor. My mid back and my upper back, complete contact with the floor. which is really nice. Just enjoy that sensation. And now we are going to do some nice twists. So I'm just trying to see if I've got enough room. I don't want to go kicking something. And that's a point for you as well at home, you know, making your space kind of safe. I'm just going to bring my blocks to the side. So, I want you to lie in a nice straight line, really nice straight line, and try and, you know, hang on to that lovely, straight, flat feeling in your back. It is quite delicious. And I want you to bring in your left knee and hold it. Just give it a nice squeeze. Yeah, a really nice squeeze. Then put your right hand onto the left knee. Bring your left arm out, and this is a posture you've done many times. Bring your left arm out with your left palm up to the ceiling. Breathe in here. And breathe out, just draw the left knee towards the floor. Now, if you have a block or a cushion or something somewhere, I don't want you to bring your knee to the floor particularly, but I just want you to see if the knee can come to a block or something like that, so you get a nice bit of support. Come to a block or a cushion, so you're not holding onto it in midair. The left toes can tuck behind the right back of knee. Please keep your left shoulder down, the left elbow can be soft. Left back a hand on the floor. Don't grip the left knee. Don't grip it tightly. Breathe in. And you can open up both arms. Yeah? You can open up both arms. Breathe in. And you can look towards the left. So left knee is going to the right and your head's going to the left. And every time you breathe in, see if you can fill up. And every time you breathe out, see if you can draw the belly back. You do it a few times. If you need to have right hand on left knee, that's fine. But see if you can do without it and put something under the knee instead. Could be anything, could be something big. Doesn't matter how far the knee goes. Couple more breaths. Now, let's see. You can take out your block or your cushion. Let's see. Can you hold on to the left foot with the right hand? Can you? Or maybe you can hold further up the leg. And can you straighten it out along the floor? You might not, but you can try. So my left leg is going towards the right. I've got my right hand on the toes. It may never get there. And I'm looking to the left. You might want to put the left foot on the block. That can be nice. Actually, that's lovely. Or on the cushion. So you don't have to hold the toe, you just rest. Oh, wow, that feels good. And the more you're breathing in and out, the more at the exhale, just drop the belly back. Trying to get the left toe up towards the right hand. It's a lovely stretch. Let go, bring the leg back. Let's just bring both knees in. Yeah, and I was getting carried away with what I'm doing. I'm not sure what time it is. Oh, that's fine. I'm going to do the other side. So both knees in. Both knees in. Give them a really nice squeeze. Good. Left leg along the floor. Right knee in. Up towards the armpits. Squeeze it in. Then left hand to outside right knee. Right arm comes out. Back of the hand on the floor. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Draw the left knee across the body, but it doesn't have to touch the floor. It's important that the right shoulder stays down, otherwise you are rolling over. You see, you're rolling, you're not twisting. You want to feel like you're wringing out the cloth. So you might find the knees in midair for a while, yeah? You might put it on top of the block. Maybe the block's not big enough, you might need a big cushion. Okay, breathe in here, and as you breathe out, twist more. You'll twist more when you draw the belly back. It's a natural phenomenon. It'll happen. Breathe in. out, pull the belly back, and you release your body more. Keep the shoulder engaged. This is the tricky part. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Take advantage of the slowness and all of the props you've got, whatever you've got helping you. Really enjoy it. Now, it might be possible for you to catch your right toe in the left hand. It might not. Doesn't matter. If it doesn't happen for you, you can just bring your foot on block. Okay? It can be quite nice, and it is a long stretch for the back of the knee, the hamstrings, the hip. Breathing in, breathe out, twist more. Twist, not roll. One more time, breathe in and twist. Good. Bring the knee in. Hallelujah. We're going to have a nice long relaxation. There's one thing I do want to do before we go to relaxation. So I'm going to just pop up and I'm going to show you. So you just need to listen carefully. It's not difficult, but you know, it's a bit sticky to do the first time if you've never done it before. So I want you to sit up on your tailbone, bring your heels as though they are coming together. I don't know if you can see on here, and I've got my glasses if I can't. So my knees are bent, I'm sort of drawing my feet in, and my heels are almost coming together. Then I'm bringing my hands to either side. Bring my hands to either side, and I'm dropping both knees to the left. So when I look down, it looks a little bit like the Isle of Man kind of flag. I don't know what they call that with the three legs. So my right knee is on the floor. It's in front of my right ankle. It's on that kind of angle. My left knee is on the floor, and my right ankle is in front of my left knee. They've both dropped to the left. Now, you can use a bolster for this behind you, or you can just twist on your own volition. I'm now twisting to the left with my upper body. My legs stay in the same position, they don't need to go anywhere. I'm twisting to the left. You can have a bolster in front of you or cushions, and I'm coming to the floor. So this is quite a deep twist. Knees stay on the floor. I'm coming to the left. You'll feel it along the right side body. But we've done so much work on the spine and twisting, it may not be, you know, impossible for you. So I'm twisting. Hopefully you can see properly, I'm not sure. Nice twist, nice stretch for the right side. My legs are just resting on the floor. There's no tension in my legs. Take another breath here. Press the hands into the floor, come up, and come to the front again. So, sit back in because you can't see me properly. You're bringing your knees in. They're coming in, but they're quite wide, and the heels are on the floor. The heels are on the floor. I'm bringing my hands to the floor, and I'm dropping both knees to the right. I'm still looking at you. I haven't moved my torso really. Little bit of a twist maybe, but not much. My left knee is more or less along the long edge of the mat. My left ankle's in front of my left knee. My right knee is not quite on the floor. I've got a, there's a little bit of a disparity there, but my right knee is above my right ankle, and I look down and I think of the Isle of Man flag. Somebody will tell me what that is one day. Then I turn. So I'm breathing in and being really tall. Breathing in is a twist, and as I breathe out, I twist more. And one side will be more challenging than the other. So if you need to move your knees, don't break your legs and ankles. Just do what you need to twist, and you're coming to the floor. Now this is more challenging this side for me than the other side. You're wringing yourself out. You can have your bolster under your head or your cushions. Elbows can be wide. Release. Don't hold tension in the legs or neck or arms. Release. twist. It's lovely. Couple more breaths, please. Stay down. Next breath, press the hands into the floor. I'm still looking backwards. My legs are in the front, but my hands and my body are looking backwards. So it's a spinal twist. And then I'm coming back up. I think they call it deer pose. I'm not sure. I think so. And come back and then just straighten up your legs and bounce them out. Maybe shake out the arms, shake out the shoulders. And please come and lie in Shavasana. Your knees can be over your bolster, your cushions. You can have 50 million silk cushions. I don't know what you've got. You might even have water bed. How do I know? And take up your position for a nice guided relaxation, which is to end our practice this evening. So lying down, body heavy, really nice, long body. Your spine should feel spacious. You did quite a work on that. You did some twists, so it should feel really free and easy. Eyes closed, face soft. Wonderful. Please bring your attention to the bottom of your spine, the space between the pubic bone area and the back passage area, the perineum, the pelvic floor. Right in the center of your pelvic floor, please bring your attention to the Muladhara chakra. The root chakra, associated with the elements in your consciousness, linked to security, survival, trust instinct, closest to the earth. Beautiful red color. Move your consciousness up the center line to maybe the center point of your pelvic bowl, to the Swadhisthana chakra. Beautiful, beautiful orange color, linked to pleasure, survival, biological needs, hunger, thirst, sex. Also houses the potential, beautiful orange color. Moving up into the Manipur chakra. This is in the solar plexus, situated sort of a little bit above the navel in the solar plexus area. Color is yellow. Transition here in this chakra from the base level of the Muladhara to higher emotion, energy, digestion, fire in your belly. The thing that keeps you going, not just the food that is energy for your body, but the thing that gives you, as I say, the fire in the belly, the spark for life. Moving up with your mind's eye into the Anahata chakra, the fourth chakra, situated in the heart region. Beautiful green color. Some people see pink here. Either color. Color of emeralds or the color of a pink rose. where your compassion, your kindness, your love, your unconditional love sits. Bringing in that love, letting go of the frustrations, letting go of the judgments. Up to the Vitsuddha, the Vutsuddhi chakra, the throat chakra, the center of your speech, the center of your communication. Growth is its form of expression. Parallel to the thyroid. Beautiful, kind of violet blue lotus. 16 petals. The Vishuddha chakra, the throat chakra, reminding you to speak kind words. Being careful with what you say. Not being too unkind. Trying to say the truth and what's necessary in a way that doesn't bring pain and hurt. Coming up to the higher chakras, leaving the bodily realm behind. The Anya chakra, the third eye, sitting between the eyebrows. Beautiful, maybe purple color, silvery purple. These are energetic centers in your system, energy centers, the energy body, the power and the energy that you have in your system. The third eye, your intuition. The sense attribute is the mind, the internal force, the mind. Allowing that chakra to glow brightly and clearly with no muddiness, no judgment, no criticism, no running commentary on what you should be, they should do. Just encouraging that chakra to shine bright with the truth of what is now, the reality of what is now. What do you see inside? What is now? Not what used to be, what was, what will be. Allowing yourself to reside more and more in what is now. And then all the way up to your crown. Your crown chakra. The seventh chakra. Some traditions have more, mine does, but we'll stop with the crown chakra. Could be beautiful white light or indigo color. That part of the head was a fontanelle when you were a baby, which over time closed up, but is still, according to yogic traditions, the way we leave the earth through the chakra into the higher realm, into the cosmic realm. Your higher power, your divine, the thing that resonates with you, could be your God, keeping this chakra bright and white or an indigo purple color, allowing you to connect with your higher power, because you can't do it on your own. We all need that sense of connection with the cosmos, with the universe, with God, with the divine, with our own higher intelligence, our innate higher intelligence that goes beyond what we associate with in this realm. And allow yourself now to let the lights of the 7 chakras fade. Red, orange, yellow, green. Would be pink around the heart. If that suits you, stay with pink, don't change it. beautiful blue around the throat. We go into the violets and into the white light of the crown. Please let the practices go for a few moments and just rest in your Shavasana. All of the different chakras representing all of the different energies can lead to healing and comfort and peace. Allowing you to transcend from the base, from the root, from the earth to the higher realms. With your next inhalation, please draw a more active breath into your body, getting ready to move and close our session. But keeping the energy, particularly tonight, so soft, so gentle, such a nice balanced equilibrium, ready for sleep or reading. Maybe you can avoid your devices tonight. Just give yourself a mini device detox. Maybe have a nice hot bath, some nice scents and nice oils, just to help us collectively get rid of this exhaustion we're feeling, this weariness. Good night's sleep. Roll over onto your side and please come to a seat when you're ready. You can keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands to your heart. And just notice how you feel now. After, hopefully, you enjoy the nourishment of the restorative postures, which we need sometimes. We have to tap into what we need on any given day. It's not always the same. It's not always the same, and this is what I intuited and meditated on today and thought, no, people need to have some nourishment for their souls tonight. So namaste. Thank you very much for practicing with me.